Several times in this course, we have compared Agile with StageGate and said that really the two working together is a very good solution for new product development. Continuing our conversation in this chapter about where Agile works well and what type of projects works well, what I wanted to do is highlight the Agile StageGate connection again, using slightly different graphics and slightly different terminology. If we take the standard StageGate that we've been working through and simply turn it on its side, turn it 90 degrees. At the top, we would have project initiation, and we would move down through design all the way to production at the bottom. We did that so that we can ultimately have two columns, and I'll show you those in just a moment. But essentially now, on our column here on the left, what we have is we have the project initiation at the top and the production at the bottom, just like I showed before, but formatted nicely so we could see it on the screen. Notice that we've got the gates between each of the stages. For the purposes of this course, we've just shown 3, but of course there could be as many as you would use in your normal new product development process. In such a scenario, just to restate, it'd be very common to see time progressing from top to bottom as the project progresses through the stages and the gates moving along. In the project initiation phase, we would be capturing the requirements, doing all the legal requirements to make the project initiate. We would be getting the initial feedback from the customer. We'd, of course, be mobilizing the team. We would then move through gate 1, where we determine whether or not to move forward with the project. Assuming we do move forward, we move on to design, where again, we'd do all the design work, move through gate 2, and ultimately through production. Now, if we take this same setup of our stages going from top to bottom, in a little bit different view, but laid out slightly differently, what we have is we have our project initiation at the top, same stages in the same order. Notice what I've done. I've put in more gates and they're smaller. One of the opportunities that we have with Agile when introduced in combination with StageGate is that you have the ability to put in a few more gates so that you can make finer decisions over some of the business decisions that you make during the project process. In this case, what works well, as we've described a few times with Agile already, are projects and for products that can be done in an iterative fashion, or where the design evolves over time based on input from your customer and input from other sources. So if we take that scenario, and if we start at project initiation or we start our project up, time, as shown here, will move to the right. Progress will move to the right. And what we're getting is we're showing that there will be the project initiation. There will be some early design work as the project starts. Almost right away, there will be pre-production involvement from manufacturing and from validation stakeholders. There will be production involvement from sourcing. All these stakeholders will be involved early on. And as we move through the project, as the progress moves from left to right, more of these folks will be engaged. The project will define the product further, and we will move through the gates like we did before, but encompassing some of each of the stages as we move from left to right or as we move forward in time. In such a way, the Agile and StageGate methodologies work very well together and can give the competitive advantage of shortening the new product development time for manufacturers. In summary, for this chapter,